These are the Unit-4 studio monitors by AIAIAI, and they're the world's first wireless studio monitors. So no wires at all, no audio cables, no power cables. Now, there are lots of Bluetooth speakers out there, but you won't find them in music studios because Bluetooth causes latency or audible delay that makes mixing and playing difficult. And that's what AIAIAI says they've solved with this. So let's give them a try and I'll let you know who these might be right for. Dorothy, my wife, is going to help me unbox these, and she's going to test that latency today, because if she can finger drum in time, these may actually be worth it.
I'm finger drumming?
You're gonna finger drum today.
I don't know if I'm qualified.
No, you are, because I'm kind of used to dealing with latency sometimes, so I may unintentionally overcompensate. But if you can finger drum, now, why would you even want wireless studio monitors? Well, one reason I could think of is if you travel, right? Having a trusted set of reference monitors while you're producing on the go in a hotel room, or maybe while you're visiting friends, it's much nicer to be cable free in some situations, and these let you also move around freely. Also, this would be great for finger drumming on the go. Imagine taking something like a standalone MPC or a Machine Plus, and you won't need cables to speakers, and you'll have that low latency as well. What do you think you'd use these for? Comment below. All right, there's one, and it looks like we've got power cables here. Oh, what's that?
A wireless transmitter.
Okay, this is a lot smaller than I thought it would be. I knew there was a wireless transmitter. This is tiny. Doesn't this remind you of the old iPod Shuffle?
Oh yeah.
Like with that little round thing there and everything?
Thanks for reminding us of that Velcro strap.
All right, so that's it. No carrying case, huh?
I guess you carry it in these.
There is a handle at the back here too. You can carry it like this. But yeah, something to protect these, a nice carrying case would be nice. By the way, if you're unfamiliar with AIAIAI, they're well known for their headphones and modular headphones in particular. They sent me the Unit-4s to try out, and they said the production units will come with this removable grill as well, which we don't have here in this early unit. AIAIAI is not sponsoring this video, and they have no say in what we're doing today.
What are we doing?
We're gonna do a lot of testing. All right, I'm gonna get these things set up, and then I'll call you back for the finger drumming test, so get your fingers ready. The transmitter connects to your audio source via mini jack or USB-C, so plug it directly into your laptop. It's not battery powered. AIAIAI makes a wireless headphone that uses the same technology, but that transmitter is larger, but that has a battery. The speakers themselves are battery powered and rechargeable. They do this cool light up thing when they're charging to show you the level of charge. AIAIAI says the charge will last 20 hours. Once they're charged though, again, no cables. By the way, if you're new around here, I'm SanjayC. I've got lots of videos on music production and the latest music gear on my channel. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'll be sure to make it worth your while. Okay, so these speakers have 4-inch woofers, and according to AIAIAI, they've got a frequency response from 50 Hz to 20 kHz and a low frequency cutoff at 40 Hz. The Yamaha HS5s, which are traditional monitors, have a bit more on the high end, but those are much bigger speakers. These monitors are 6 by 10 by 4.5 inches. They're not tiny, and they're a bit bigger than the iLoud speakers by IK Multimedia. On the back, you've got power for charging, a mini jack input, and a 1/4-inch balanced input as well. There's a button to select between the AIAIAI transmitter and Bluetooth, and also a button to switch left, right, or mono. There's also a 3/4-inch mounting hole at the bottom if you need to mount these. On the top of the speaker, you've got power and volume up and down. So, these monitors are solving the Bluetooth latency problem by using a different type of technology. Here's why that's a big deal. AIAIAI says they're transferring the audio into these studio monitors uncompressed, which means you shouldn't be hearing any loss in quality. It uses a larger bandwidth than Bluetooth, so more data, more good quality sound can go through. On the other hand, Bluetooth, which most wireless speakers use, applies a multi-layered compression that audio data has to go through, and this reduces the audio quality. Now, if you're already listening to low quality MP3 formats, then this difference may not be noticeable. But when we're dealing with WAV files in the studio, the quality matters much more, and that's what AIAIAI is aiming for. By the way, These do also work with Bluetooth, which is nice if you just want to listen to some music from your phone or something. And there are wired connections available as well, but it's so much nicer to run these with their special wireless transmitter when you're producing music. Okay, let's test the latency. Are these usable for playing live virtual instruments through your DAW? That's the best test because too much delay between the time you press a key and the time you hear the sound is going to throw you off completely. Running wireless with the transmitter, these speakers have a 16 millisecond latency. Is that really acceptable for humans? Well, I looked this up and I found a decent answer. They say that you can actually hear a latency of 20 to 30 milliseconds, and most people can feel a latency at 12 to 15 milliseconds. So at 16 milliseconds with these speakers, we may be able to feel it, but we probably won't be able to hear it. All right, that was very easy to play along to. But what about drums? Okay, I just want you to keep time to the metronome and you can drum whatever you want. Try to make some kind of rhythmic beat. Very good. Check it out. So do you think it was pretty easy to keep time with that?
I mean, I'm so musically inclined that how could it be hard?
We're gonna try something different this time. We're gonna try using a Bluetooth device instead of that.
Okay.
See if it's harder or it's definitely not gonna be easier. Let's try that. All right, now that he's trying with the Bluetooth speaker, here we go. Do you feel a difference?
I feel like I'm in a time warp. Like, hello. Makes me feel like something's wrong with this when it's not.
It's not. All right, I'm gonna give it a try. First, let me try Bluetooth. It's impossible. This is impossible. Okay, now I want to try with the AIAIAI. Okay, I'm gonna try something simple. World of a difference. AIAIAI wins. Bluetooth loses for sure. All right, take a look at the recording as well. You can see where Darthi played in time, and you can also see where I played in time with the metronome. Looks pretty good. I think the level of latency is totally acceptable, especially when you consider the quality of sound coming out of these, which needs to be good as well. Let's talk about that next, and then I'll discuss some pros and cons about these speakers. By the way, I want to hear from you. Playing music or mixing music? What do you think you'd use these more for? Comment below. The sound from these monitors is pretty impressive considering they're a really small size. Lows are very strong, mids are pretty flat, and the highs are maybe the one thing that I don't hear enough of. They're probably good enough for mixing, but maybe not good enough to pick out sounds in a mix, which I really like doing with headphones anyway. But a set of traditional 5-inch monitors are probably going to give you a little bit more high end. The bass coming out of these is pretty impressive. I think these would be pretty good for mixing because they're quite neutral, with maybe just a little bit missing on the high end. Here's the frequency chart AIAIAI provided. They've also included an app that lets you control a 5-band EQ on these speakers. You can also select sound profiles and adjust the LED lights on the speakers. When I tested the audio with the wired connection, I thought they sound almost identical to the wireless, but maybe the wired connection had a slight better high frequency. So what do you think of the look of these monitors? They don't really stand out much on a desk except for the light ring. I like that they're simple and kind of unassuming, kind of like the headphones from AIAIAI. You can set these vertically or horizontally as well. And they're made to sound good in both positions. They've got a little carrying handle on the back, which is convenient so that they don't slip out of your hands when you move them around. So let's talk about some pros and cons. These are small and convenient to carry around even without a carrying case. That's definitely a plus when you're traveling with them or moving them around. But man, I really wish they had a carrying case. You can fit these in a backpack or a suitcase, but they're going to add some weight, around 10 pounds for that set. And that's quite a bit of weight if you decide to travel with these. Not as light as your typical Bluetooth speakers. If you're using these in a hotel room, they give out good neutral sound, and it is really nice not having cables going everywhere. At the same time, having this transmitter connected to your laptop is something you don't typically have to deal with Bluetooth. So if you want the best sound, you'll have to deal with this little transmitter. So let's talk price. These cost $800 for the pair of studio monitors and the transmitter. These aren't cheap like Bluetooth speakers. They are meant to be studio monitors and have much better quality sound transmitting through them. Is that worth $800 to you? If you travel a lot and need studio reference monitors with you, there really isn't any other competition with such low latency right now. So this might be just what you're looking for. That's up to you and your budget. If you can deal with much higher latency and lower quality sound, then Bluetooth speakers might be right for you. But probably not right if you try to finger drum. Don't forget that AIAIAI also makes headphones that use the same wireless technology, which I think solves more problems in your studio than these speakers do. So I think there will be more people who find the headphones helpful than these speakers. I'll add links to the AIAIAI Unit-4s below. If you enjoyed this video and want to support my channel, check out my sample packs and virtual instruments that I created myself on SanjayC.com. Keep making the music you love, and if you want to check out some other super unique studio monitors that are ultra near field and great for an apartment, watch the video right here. Bye.